What's good? What's good? Hope I'm coming in clear, man. I know we had some problems on the previous video, but we live, so we're gonna roll with it however it go. Derek Jackson here. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, and for those of you who are returning, thank you. Hope you stay a while. Real quick, man, I want to get an understanding on something. The concept a lot of us have confused, and I'm talking to the fellas today, man. But ladies, y'all tune in and let me know if you see the same thing I'm seeing. We have this concept of faithfulness all fucked up. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as a faithful mood. But for the moment, just for conversation's sake, we're going to call it that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of guys consider themselves faithful men when really they just have faithful moods. What this looks like is a guy who's in a relationship, he's doing good or he's doing right by his woman, and then he steps out the moment that things ain't so sweet no more. And then he blames her for it. You know what I mean? And there are a lot of guys who actually feel like they're good men. Like, I'm a good man. I was good to her. I did this. I didn't fuck with no girls. I didn't call no hoes. I ain't fuck with no chicks, no none of that. But then she started acting crazy. But then she started disrespecting. But then she didn't do her hair for a week, or she gained a couple of pounds. So I fucked around. What I'm supposed to do? Motherfucker, you supposed to be faithful to your word. That's what a faithful man does. You know what I mean? Before you can be faithful to a woman, you have to know how to be first faithful to your word. Whenever you told her, like, baby, your heart is safe in my hands. I'm not going to cheat on you. It's just me and you. I don't want nobody else but you. That's the bottom line. That means whether it's sunny or it's rainy. That means whether it's hot or it's cold, thick or thin. That means whatever argument that you have. That means if she's shutting you out, mentally and emotionally for a little while, until the relationship is over, you're supposed to hold tight and hold true to what you told her you would do. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you ain't faithful to her. You ain't faithful to yourself. You faithful to the circumstances. You only faithful as long as it feels good. And that's a mood. That's not being a faithful man. That's a faithful mood. And dudes that's in faithful moods, they get to blaming the girl for their actions whenever they cheat. You know what I'm saying? And then they go on to the next girl and they feel like, well, whenever I find a girl that never makes me cheat, or I find a girl that makes everything smooth sailing, or I can just ride the wave of things going well, then I'll be 100% faithful the entire time. We ain't gonna have no problems. You're gonna have problems until you become a faithful man. First to your word, until you can look in the mirror and say, you know what? Whatever I say to anybody, I'm going to stand on that, even if it gets hard. That's the kind of brother I respect. That's the kind of man a woman is going to want to be led by. You know what I mean? That's the kind of shit you can respect, because shit ain't always going to be easy. Shit ain't always going to be sweet. Every relationship, I don't care how sexy it look, what cover or what magazine it's on, going to have its ups and downs. I guarantee you, Beyonce and Jay-Z have their problems. Michelle and Barack have their issues. Every couple got their issues. You're going to have your ups and downs. One thing that shouldn't go up and down or on and off is the faithfulness. Otherwise, it ain't faithful at all. Otherwise, it ain't loyalty at all. You know what I mean? So understand this, man. Ain't no such thing as being a faithful man if it's contingent on your mood. You weren't being good to her whenever you wasn't fucking around. You was just in a good mood. Call it what it is. You was an ain't shit nigga that was in a good mood. Cool. That's what it is. Own that shit. But you were not being a faithful man. So, now that we understand that, man, we can stop blaming women for our infidelity and where we choose to put our dicks even after we gave her our word that we would keep it to ourselves. Peace.